This reading is going to be for Virgo placement, so that can be your sun sign, that can be your rising or your ascendant sign, that can also be your moon sign. I would even say your Venus sign. So for Virgo, and I know right now is the supermoon in Gemini just happened too, and Virgo is one of the signs that is the most affected, I believe. So this will be, I would say, a reading more focused on supermoon energy. Okay, so time to cash out and crash out. For Virgo, I feel like for you, this has to deal with your professional image right now. This is about you committing to something or you making a switch up to do something else. However, it is that you're spending your time. So I would say if you are at a job or a workplace right now, you need to ask yourself, is this something that I want to invest myself in for long term? Especially with earth sign energy, earth signs love longevity, they love commitment, they love stability. You really do thrive in routines. So is this routine something that's going to benefit you for the long run? If the answer is yes, you really like the job that you're at, you like the work that you're doing, you like who knows, like the benefits, the pay, there's something about the job that entices you and you do see yourself there for long term. Doesn't have to be forever, but I would even say like for me, I think anything more than like 3 to 5 years is still long term, because five can easily turn into 10. So is this a place that you can kind of see yourself for a while? If the answer is yes, I think this is your sign to not make any shortcuts, to really dedicate yourself. If you're somebody that's been complacent about maybe tardiness, okay, well now is your sign. If you really want to like dig your heels in the sand and commit yourself to this, it might be a time for improvement in those areas where it's kind of easy to get lazy at, with like tardiness, attendance, whatever, attitude. If you want to commit yourself to this, I would invest in maintaining a professional image. Meaning, if you have any coworkers on social media, if anybody can kind of be a problem for you in the long run, it might be your sign to cut them off. Not in a bad way, but I think just investing in a professional image. So for some people that can be maybe buying a new blazer, it could be investing in new shoes, or maybe your work appearance. It can also be in a social aspect, maybe not having, unless it's LinkedIn, not having coworkers on your social media, your private social media, maybe not sharing too many details about yourself at work. Just whatever it is that you have to do to maintain a professional image, that is what's going to reward you in the long run. If this is not something that you want to do and you want to make a switch up, time to cash out and crash out means to now is maybe a good time to be impulsive too, to be spontaneous. Like apply to new jobs, go to job fairs, go to, do whatever it is that you want to do to level up, move to a new city if you can, just really put yourself out there. But it's time to reevaluate and then commit yourself to the grind, commit yourself to the process. Fire and water, I mean, really, fire and water I think of as more like fire sign and water sign, like something like a karmic, really strong tie. So you might be involved, I feel like, in a romantic relationship, or it could be a friendship where you just always find yourself going back to this person. You just cannot let them go, but you guys are opposites. You guys don't see eye to eye on some stuff. And I think that is really a call for you to evaluate, like, what am I doing here? How long am I going to keep going in circles and circles and circles? Like, when do I want to get off this ride? There's a lot of energy, and there's a lot of, mm, I think the more time you spend on something, the harder it is to leave, because you want a return of investment. I don't think anybody wants to spend the good amount of their years with somebody and to just end it as strangers. I think that's everybody's worst fear. But the truth is like, like if you put 3 years into it, if you put 5 years into it, and you still don't, something's just not right with them or the situation, how are you going to feel if you put 10 years into it or 15 years into it, you know? So I think there's a call for your attention to be directed there about investment. Some of you guys might be going through some friend breakups or through some relationship breakups as well. I also view that in terms with karmic lessons. I think karmic lessons and people, karmic partners can also be romantic, but I also think they can be friendships as well. So if people are leaving your life, let them. If you are leaving somebody's life, don't look back. There's no use in dwelling and doing all the legwork to move and to put yourself through that just to go right back to the same place. So that might be your sign to not regress, to not go backwards. You want to move forward. And love triangle, see, love triangle to me is, it's not always the romanticized stuff that you see in movies, you know, like that one movie that came out, Eternity, you know, she's trying to see like, oh man, should I choose between this guy or that guy? Who's gonna make me the happiest? Let's spend an hour and 30 minutes trying to see who can do what for me. Like, no. I feel like in reality, love triangles are such a burden to you because it can also be stuff that you are just totally not interested in. You could be minding your business. I think for some people it's at work. You could be minding your business, let's say at work, and dude, you can have like somebody who's like married, whatever. They're supposed to be minding their business, but they're trying to make you their business. And it's like, what? No. So I want to say that too. It's also like unwelcomed advances. It's like unrequited, but to me, it's not giving what you're going through romantic. It's kind of giving burden. It's giving pest. It's giving roach. It's giving get out of my hair. It's giving lice. Like it just is not, I don't know. To me, this vibe is, it's giving me just burden vibe. Like, so there might be somebody, you know, talking about you in their relationships, you know, maybe partner caught on, whatever. They're like, why do you talk about them so much? Why do you think about them so much? And it's like, girl, what the heck? I'm not even in this vibe right now. So yeah, I think love triangle in terms of that, or it could be like somebody who's like emotionally unavailable, whatever. They're entertaining more than one person. You could be caught up in that as well. Either way, it's more than just you and the other person involved. It looks like there's some sort of a third party, but in my opinion, it doesn't feel like this is something that you want either. They feel like a burden to you. Um, and for some of you guys, it could be a friendship as well. Like it could be, I think, somebody involving you in stuff that like it really doesn't pertain to you. So yeah, Virgo, good luck. I feel like the supermoon, we're still dealing with the residuals, but it is a good time in your life to reflect. It's a good time in your life to lay down some boundaries and to work on your professional image. And I think to just get back into the groove of being in your lane and, you know, filling up your own cup and getting back to your own passions, your own drives. What makes you, what do you look forward to in the morning, you know? Asking yourself those questions.